me some more. Give me some more. Give me some more. Give me some more.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A soaring CN Tower is seen from the waters of Lake Ontario, along with the rest of beautiful downtown Toronto, our setting today. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, 2 years after their first title, the Raptors last season missed the playoffs for the first time in 8 years. Fred VanVleet said people are overlooking us again, which is not a bad place to be in. Kevin, this front office finds diamonds in the rough, so it's only a matter of time before they're back in the mix.
I agree, David. They are a quality organization. They always find a way. Thank you. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Bay and Grant are the forwards. Cunningham is out there with Corey Joseph. And it's Bagley in at the 5 spot. And for Toronto, guard spots filled by VanVleet and Trent. Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. And it's Anunoby in at small forward. Two teams badly needing a win tonight, Greg. Some desperation on both sides.
And it's easy to start second-guessing yourself. You want to make adjustments, but also stay true to who you are.
And so off the tip, it's Toronto. Joseph against VanVleet. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Joseph, the pass to Bay. Grant outside. Unloads from 13. Toronto grabs the miss. Trent kicks to Siakam. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
With a harmonious blend of length and strength, Siakam has become a dependable interior scoring option.
Now, here's Cunningham. He dishes it to Grant. Bagley trying to free himself up. That one's not going to go. And Toronto will come the other way. VanVleet with it. Picked up by Joseph. Now here's VanVleet. The rebound by Grant. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. And along with production, this team really thrives on VanVleet's leadership.
He sets a great example with his toughness, his dedication, and his teammates believe in him and believe they're going to win, partly because of him.
5 to shoot. Shoots. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Raptors are gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. VanVleet against Bay. For 3, Siakam. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Bay passes to Grant. It's good from long range.
And what takes Grant's game to the next level? It's consistency with that jumper. It's a nice play there to get him something in rhythm.
And VanVleet, here we go. Bagley with the rebound.
Just 1 for 5 from the field now? I mean, they've come out flat. They need to pick up the energy.
Bay kicks to Joseph. Here's Cunningham. Bagley trying to free himself up. The second chance effort. That's tipped. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. VanVleet passes to Trent. Toronto working the ball around now. Fader on the way. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim.
And Siakam always has options in the mid-range. He's a talented shooter who can make that shot.
Outside, Bagley. Now the pass to Cunningham. That one doesn't drop, so the Raptors will take it the other way. Siakam's shot is off. And so Grant will bring it up for Detroit. Cunningham dishes it to Joseph. To the inside. Here's Bagley. Grant trying to break free. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. It's going to be on Siakam.
Oh, the aggressiveness Bagley plays with is so impressive, mainly because he forces the D to compromise.
Yeah, Kevin, when it comes to Marvin Bagley, the #2 pick in the 2018 draft, I mean, he was selected ahead of Luka Doncic. He was picked third.
And they'll get another chance. Barnes kicks to Trent. Anunoby passes to Siakam. 6 to shoot. Barnes trying to free himself up. Siakam's shot is off.
And I really think it's important Bagley focuses on his strengths. He should concentrate on matching Doncic's production.
Yeah, Bagley's a different type of player. I mean, he's a double-double threat with impressive athleticism. He just needs to find a way to stay healthy.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And an aggressive inside play there from Van Vliet, not letting the foul deny him from getting the shot off.
Fred Van Vliet, 2 shots.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Now Cunningham. Grant in the post, defended by Trent. Grant, that's good. Grant's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, and the son of an NBA player, right? Grant understands you have to give full effort, complete the offensive possession.
It's time for him to start looking for other options. They can't let him keep shooting. His touch is gone.
Count it. He's got 7.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
There's Siakam, following the basket by Jeremy Grant. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. Pistons leading by 4. Pass to Joseph. To the middle. Here's Cunningham. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Van Vliet. Bagley with the rebound.
Hate to say it, he's dragging them down. Not a single bucket this game.
Cunningham's shot is off.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Van Vliet finds Barnes. Now Siakam. There it is, his 3rd basket. He's taken 7 shots to get those 3.
And it's not easy to get that shot on target with so much contact. Siakam just shakes it off, determined to finish through.
Now here's Cunningham. And he drives in. Misses in close.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring, but let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
A confident scorer. I mean, even when the defense is on Bagley and being aggressive, he gets it done.
Here's Van Vliet. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
About time he got one to fall there. Before that, 6 straight misses to start this one.
Pass to Joseph. Siakam pulls it in.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Van Vliet kicks to Trent. Floats it up there for Siakam. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And great find by Van Vliet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
Now here's Cunningham, defended by Trent. And here's Cunningham, back to Grant. Stolen by Van Vliet. Grant against Barnes. Pass to Trent. Van Vliet with it. Raptors moving the ball around. Siakam passes to Anunoby. 5 on the clock. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
Bagley with the bucket.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Trying to break that ice cold streak. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You love seeing guys like Fred VanVleet make it. Not highly recruited in high school, undrafted out of college. VanVleet has turned himself into a terrific player in our league.
And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. From outside the arc. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Pistons ahead. They're up by 2. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. Getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Well, setting the pace early, aggressive mind state. I love their approach so far.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Underneath in the post, it's Grant and Olynyk. He's out there with Jackson, and it's Diallo in at the 3 slot.
Yeah, I'm surprised that D isn't respecting this mid-range game more. They ought to be. I bet you they will be soon.
And here are the Raptors now. After the basket by Detroit. For 3, Van Vliet. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Barnes.
And the pick and roll delivers. Van Vliet making the right decision, giving up the rock.
And what you get with Barnes, Greg, tremendous versatility.
And he gets others involved. Kevin plays great defense, has an excellent feel for the games. He doesn't have to score to impact winning, but if you need points from him, the young fella can provide that as well.
Greg, you played on one of college basketball's all-time super teams. Hard to imagine we'll see that kind of dominance over several seasons like you guys had at UNLV.
It's true, and we still see dominant teams, but you know, the difference is now the most talented teams tend to only play together for one season, and so that makes it really hard to run together stretches where you can call yourself a legitimate dynasty. But I still love where our game is and look forward to watching these young men chase their dream.
And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Toronto trailing. Van Vliet looking around. The pass to Trent. Van Vliet with it. Now defended by Grant. Let's go. And there's a whistle. That goes on Scotty Barnes. That's his first foul. Pistons shooting the ball at 42%. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Pascal Siakam was the most improved player in 2019. He says, I love that I cannot be able to do something, but if I put in a lot of hours doing it, I can become good at it. The former 27th pick overall said, not to sound arrogant, but I saw this coming. He bet on himself.
He did. He was smart. He certainly put in the work. D.A., thank you. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Now here's Hayes. Covered by Van Vliet. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Chris, for Killian Hayes, it's about finding his comfort zone. Knows he can be a great player if he works hard.
Yeah, Hayes is healthy. He's a dynamic player. 6'5" point guard with terrific versatility. The upside he has is pretty enticing as well.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Trent passes to Barnes. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got 6 rebounds in the game. Over Siakam. Off the left rim and out. The Raptors have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Ball's knocked loose. Hayes with the steal. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Jackson misses. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for Toronto. Trailing by 2. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Here's Hayes. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Detroit shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. That free throw good from Hayes.
At the line for the Pistons.
He's perfect from the line this time. Toronto shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Trent finds Siakam. Back to Trent, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And the all-around game of Siakam, so adept at working the ball to open guys.
The Pistons have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Now here's Hayes, covered by Van Vliet. Grant, offensive rebound. Good D by Barnes. The Raptors have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Oh, and the dunk by Barnes.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. And, well, Detroit shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. Count that bucket. Grant's got 9.
And get your best scorers, high percentage looks, offensive strategy 101. Grant delivering.
Jackson against Barnes. Grant gets a wide open look. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And it's a 4-point Detroit lead. Now here's Van Vliet, covered by Hayes. And finished off by Siakam.
High-level athlete with underrated burst. Siakam continues to impress with his ability to finish.
And Detroit has possession. And now the first time out called here for Detroit.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
Make some noise.
Here's Grant. No good off the back of the rim. Toronto, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Took him no time at all on that one. He's got 10.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Hayes. Following the basket by Fred Van Vliet. Hayes, bounce pass. Olynyk finds Hayes. Passes it to Diallo. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Anunoby. And the shot no good, a bit short. Toronto, they've gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Barnes passes to Anunoby. They double team Siakam. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got the lead up to 2 now for the Raptors.
And can't do much else. The strength of Anunoby comes in handy on those challenging finishes.
Pass to Diallo. Back to Hayes. Jackson up top. Pass to Grant. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Jr.
What I really love about Jeremy Grant is his work ethic. He's really put in time to improve his scoring.
Specifically, his jump shot. For a while, he didn't have the consistent three ball. Now, you got to at least honor it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Bagley, he's checked in for a minute. Bay comes in for Diallo. And it's Cunningham in for Jackson. And here's Hayes following Fred VanVleet's three. Here's Cunningham. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Anunoby's got 4 rebounds in this game. VanVleet attacking. Banked in off the glass. VanVleet's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And just a great second quarter for them after such a difficult first, bringing that field goal percentage up from below 30 and now with the lead.
He gets it in there. Cunningham's got 6.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
They double-team Siakam. And stolen by Bay. .115 left to play here in the second quarter. Loud pass to Bagley. Very pretty alley-oop layup. Now just a 2-point Raptor lead.
And nice pass by Grant. And this is what happens when you become a great scorer. You draw defenders, which often leaves someone open.
Barnes trying to free himself up, and the shot is good. He's got 17.
Well, with the role he's on this quarter, they're going to keep going to him and get that lead even bigger.
Offensive rebound. Grant, that's good.
And how about the physicality from Grant, not allowing the close defense to keep him from his shot.
There's 47 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's VanVleet. Good on the bucket. VanVleet's got 19 points.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
And the pass to Hayes. Trying to find Bagley. Gets it to him.
Tenacious offensive rebound. I mean, Bagley uses his athleticism so well to collect second-chance opportunities.
VanVleet outside. It's rebounded by Hayes.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that shouldn't be easy.
Scooped up. Hay kicks to Cunningham.
And look at Siakam outworking the offensive player, giving his all there to take away that shot.
Guys, it's been all about Fred VanVleet for Toronto. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what can you say about how things are going chemistry-wise so far?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Dwayne, thanks a lot. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. They trailed by as many as 6 points in the first period. In the second quarter, they put in the work to create a slight scoring advantage. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what'd you see out there?
I have to applaud their offensive consistency. They're not wasting possessions or taking bad shots. That's a testament to their patience, their discipline. They're focusing on playing intelligent basketball.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
Well, their bench production has been a major factor. Guys have been ready to go when their number is called. And it makes the second half go a lot easier on your main guys when you can spread the minutes around in the first half.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Fred VanVleet has been sensational.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Inside for him, it's Barnes in Siakam. Guard spots filled by VanVleet and Trent. And it's Anunoby, and at the 3, the small forward. Joseph up top, covered by VanVleet. Joseph, the pass to Bagley. Stolen by VanVleet. Stolen by Grant. Here's Bay. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Siakam's got 6 rebounds here tonight. VanVleet outside. Siakam right side. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
For Toronto, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
And up around 82% as a team a season ago. So they know how to make the most of those opportunities.
VanVleet brings the double team. Here is Cunningham. He's got 6. Looking to end his cold spell, and the layup is good. That's now 8 points for Cade Cunningham.
Was that a guard or a big? What a dime from Bagley. He continues to develop his vision.
VanVleet finds Siakam. Good work there as it goes. Siakam's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Raptors.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. Now, that makes him 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
Cunningham's shot is off.
I mean, he struggles with his finishes sometimes. I mean, it's kept him from being an elite player.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Oh, and they're showing no signs of letting up. I love this approach right now. They value each possession.
Drains the three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game, but you can see why after that sequence.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. All that he gives them on offense, Siakam's ability, Greg, to switch defensively is key for this team.
And he can legitimately stay in front of guards on the perimeter. I mean, this guy contests shots without fouling. You love the combination of focus and strong fundamentals.
Dives for it, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by VanVleet.
Flat-out loss of concentration. That kind of turnover will drive a coach crazy.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Stewart checked in for Marvin Bagley. Olynyk comes in for Jeremy Grant, and it's Frank Jackson in for Cunningham. Now, here's Joseph. Passes it to Bay. And the 3 off target. Raptors leading by 7. VanVleet wide open. And again, Toronto with the triple.
It's been all VanVleet tonight. One of the best undrafted players in league history.
Joseph down low. Covered by VanVleet. Joseph, that's good.
The turnaround Jay. A great rhythm shot. Not everyone's able to pull it off.
Here's Siakam. Rebound by the Pistons. Jackson up top over Trent. And too long on the shot.
For a player who's almost a sure thing to score in tight, that was a stunner.
Here's VanVleet. The kick out to Barnes. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist. VanVleet's got 6 assists here tonight.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Now here's VanVleet. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game.
What a phenomenal athlete Siakam is. Just taking off and finishing with power at the rim.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Van Vliet against Joseph. And it's denied. Sent back by Siakam. And he's able to get it back.
And you have to be impressed with Siakam's length, especially when you see him put it to use defensively.
Van Vliet can't get it to go. Pistons trail by 13. Outside, Joseph. Bay passes to Joseph. Pistons passing it around. To the paint. Here's Jackson. He kicks it to Olynyk. Back to Jackson. Pass to Joseph. Just 5 to shoot. A 3 ball. No good that time. Now Toronto takes it the other way. For 3, Van Vliet buries the long-range jumper. Van Vliet's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it had to be these days. You need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for Detroit. It's a 16-point game. Down low. Here's the floater. And he lays it up and in. Joseph's got 7 points in the game.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Van Vliet outside. Barnes kicks to Van Vliet. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Joseph with the ball. Headed now by Barnes. Jackson misses.
He is shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
For 3, Van Vliet. It's hauled in by Stewart. Pistons trail by 17. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Toronto's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Lobbed up there for Barnes. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
You're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. Driving inside. Joseph, that's good. Joseph's got 9 points now in the quarter.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Here's Trent. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
That's just a needless giveaway. You got to make the defense work for their turnovers.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Detroit. Diallo comes in for Jackson. 43 seconds left to play in the third. Joseph finds Bay. Grant surveying the D. Over Siakam. Here's Bay. And it's off from three-point range.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Basket counts. Siakam's got 11 points here in just the second half.
And wiry strong. Siakam just snakes inside and makes a nice play off the contact.
Pass to Grant. And Grant slams it home.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. For Detroit, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
And the combination of athleticism and defense Grant brings is superb. A guy who you can depend on to compete.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. Back right after this. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great vision. He's a gifted passer. Has his finger on the pulse of this offense.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Cunningham is out there with Corey Joseph. Then there's Marvin Bagley. Then it's Hamidou Diallo. And it's Grant in at the 4. The pass to Diallo. Back to Joseph. Outside, Bagley. Passes to Cunningham. Kicks to Joseph. Top of the key, Bagley. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Van Vliet. Launches it. Knocks down the 3-ball. Van Vliet's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Pass to Grant. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Bagley trying to free himself up. No good from Grant. Raptors leading by 20. Van Vliet passes to Anunoby. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got his 9th assist in the game now.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Now here's Cunningham. To halt the run, and the layup is up and in.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Toronto's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Van Vliet kicks to Anunoby. Poked away. Stolen by Joseph. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Toronto, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Near the three-point line, it's Van Vliet. Anunoby finds Trent. Launches a 3. Raptors get it back. Here's Siakam. Plays it up and banks it in. Siakam's got 13 points in the second half.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Here he goes. Here's Bagley. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, not many players we saw that as much as Bagley when he was coming out of high school. Just about every big-time college had him on their radar.
Marvin Bagley III.
And he's good on the second. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Fires from deep. And there's Van Vliet on the assist by Siakam. Siakam's got 5 assists tonight. Pass to Cunningham. And that one is good. Cunningham's got 4 points this quarter. Toronto with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
The Pistons have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Garza misses the 3. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Inside, Garza uses the glass to finish the layup.
Oh, good interior offense. Those passes have to be right on target.
Toronto leading by 21. Van Vliet outside. Lee with the steal. And now the Pistons fast break. Got a piece of it. And here's the fast break. Siakam leading the way. And And it's in there. Siakam's got 15 points here in the second half. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Toronto.
All those block shots, that's a clear indicator of the great D they've been playing, not giving them an inch of space out there.
Yeah, they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Here's Livers. Following the basket by Pascal Siakam. On the clock. Trying his luck from deep. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Now here's Barnes. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Rebound, Detroit. He's with it. Lee outside. Down low, Garza, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Here's Van Vliet. Chalk up two there. Van Vliet's got 43 points.
If they close this man out, I know who my MVP is. His offensive performance tonight has been unreal.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Pistons have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. And Joseph kicks to Grant. Back to Joseph. To the paint. And there's Grant on the assist from Joseph.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Siakam has it in the corner. And he gets it to go. Siakam's got 17 now, just in the second half.
A high-energy wing with a solid all-around skill set. Siakam is developing into a quality go-to scorer.
Van Vliet against Joseph. Out to the right wing. Anunoby passes to Barnes. Now Siakam. Takes the 13-footer. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Good job taking advantage of the size mismatch. There's no way that jump is getting blocked.
And finished off by Siakam.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Just a dream scenario for them so far. Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Grant against Barnes. Kept alive. Tries again. It's blocked. And they get it back. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
Story of their game right here. One sloppy play after another.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Van Vliet outside. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Van Vliet's got 45 points.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Raptors.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget. And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was
for Fred Van Vliet.
He was the one dictating the pace tonight, playing up-tempo or slowing it down, but always scoring.
Here's Livers. After Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. For three. Good on the triple.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Here's Van Vliet. Lee with the steal. Now here's Diallo. And the layup is good.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it. and that's a shame.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now Van Vliet. 6 on the shot clock. Lets the 3 fly. And Lee pulls it down. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.